Okay. It is 10:08 a.m. on, oh good God, it's Sunday again. Sunday, January 9th, 2022. Oh, 10:08 a.m., 19 degrees. Sunday, January 9th, 2022. 19196. Oh, 1919. 19. Dang. That's weird. I have no idea what this message is about. I have been getting ridiculous downloads for a few days, and I don't even know what to call them. I've been seeing patterns of like the flower of life. I've been seeing doorways open up. I've been seeing the intersecting points on the flower of life, like glow differently. Each one's a different sun system. Like, I've been exploring the most ridiculous places. I don't even know what, but what I know is I went to sleep last night, and it was Sunday, and now it's Sunday again. So I don't know. I just woke up. I'm having coffee and listening to music and watching the sunrise. Well, I've been watching the sunrise for at least an hour. It was up earlier. You know what this entire morning feels like? You know, I don't know if you've ever been in this situation or not, but it's like the day that like you're being released from a hospital, or you're about to go on a trip, but it's like the day before. Like, or you're reading a book, and you know the chapter changes to the next chapter, and you're like just on the last page. And it doesn't feel like you're waiting for anything, but it feels like there's a divine wait. Like a time you didn't pick, you didn't choose, but you don't even know, but you know, and you're just kind of waiting, but not like passive waiting. It's such a strange energy. I want to call it ambiguous, but it's not ambiguous. It's like it's right there. If you tune into it, like tune in, just feel this for a minute. I don't know if you can. You feel that? It's like something's changing, or something has changed, and it's just kind of catching up. Like one of the gears on the clock already moved, and it's moving the other clock gears, and then there's like one all the way at the bottom that's like just waiting to turn, because it's waiting for the other gears to finish rotating. I don't know. Let's see what you guys need to know. I've been trying to see what I need to know, and I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels like I'm trying to decipher or to look at something for the first time, and my eyes are adjusting to what it is I'm looking at. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what's going on. It's like a point in the timeline where I can't see what's right in front of me, but like everyone else around can. And I'm just going walking down, going along my merry way. But I have no idea. Like, that's what all this feels like. Even when I woke up this morning, I sat in bed, and for a second I thought, wait a minute, what am I doing back here? And it was a legitimate feeling of back here. Like, this is still going on. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands card has been coming up in so many different decks. But like in my life, it's been people on the internet. Like the videos I've been watching, energy I've been watching on the internet. Like I've been watching The Expanse, and there've been like people on that show that kind of are like the Knight of Wands energy. In my own personal life, like I haven't encountered any Knight of Wands person physically, like to touch a person physically. So I don't know why this keeps coming up in like all the all the cards I've been pulling. So I'm uncertain of what to tell you this would mean for you. It's such a different energy. It's like what I thought it was. It isn't. It's something completely different. So you might be getting some kind of a message today from a source that is coming to you other than physical, like a energetic message, but it's from someone that's physical looking, but you're not going to be able to touch them. They're going to be like just delivering a message. Do you see that? Right here. What? Oh, that's cool. The Ace of Wands in reverse. A message coming to you that's coming to you, but not to you. A lot of you really need to sit and meditate. And by meditate, I mean attempt your best to just sit there and enjoy your environment. Like right now, just take a few seconds. Just listen. The Ace of Cups. The Knight of Wands bringing an internal message or some kind of a revelation within through a moment of peace, silence, and solitude. Communing with the light within. Something to do with your solar plexus and your sacral area, your belly. And then the heart chakra being open. Receiving a message that brings confidence, creativity, and an option, a choice, a moment of time presented to you that gives you the option and choice to expand your emotional intelligence. This feels like how do I explain this? You know, when in the Disney cartoons and stuff, there's like a scryer that shows up with a message, or what are they called? A squire, I think. They show up with a message, like a scroll, and then they're like, hear ye, and then they bring a message, and then it's like people start getting ready and cleaning themselves up and doing whatever. Like, I know I need to go take a shower and get myself another cup of coffee first and just chill with the sun. I want to like take a nice warm bath. There's such a feeling of wanting to creatively, passionately, that feeling of the velvet sheets, like cashmere, or like the the way light looks on silk. It's like that soft. I don't have a word for it. I'm sorry, I do not have a word for it in English. It's as if I'm attempting to describe to you what it feels like to jump into the ocean and realize that jumping into the ocean, you just jumped into space and you're seeing the stars. It's that moment of like, wow, kind of feeling where you take a breath in and then you go, wow, and then you release and exhale. Message comes in, you take a breath in, you exhale, and it's out of your hands. It's a message brought to you by nature, by light, by a inner illumination within that has to do within your creativity, your passion, your confidence, your willpower, what you want, the conniving or manipulative ways you can go about getting what you want, but not doing it in a malicious or ill-intended way. Kind of like weaving your way through a crowd to get to that ice cream stand over in the corner that's about to be sold out. That was a weird memory. What was that? Pride Parade? In like 2006 or something? I remember that stand. They had a cell phone stand right next to it. They were trying to sell me a cell phone. That was a fun day. I was so high that day. I don't even know how I remember that one moment. What was I? 26? I think so. 26 at the Chicago Pride Parade. Man, that was fun. The world. Look, that looks like what I just felt like. Looking at a memory and going, oh, that was fun. And then looking up and saying, oh, wait, what the fuck is all this? And I was saying earlier, it feels like reading the last page of a book before you turn the page to the new chapter. This King of Wands card, King of Air, King of Swords, whatever, if it was a sun sign, well, I should rephrase, if it was a moon sign, it would be a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. If it was a sun sign, it would be a major arcana. Just FYI. If it's a court card, it's probably a moon sign or an ascendant. No, ascendants are where you're going. So it would be the moon sign. The true king and queen within. So a king of air would be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius moon sign. That card has been coming out a lot. A lot. It's like someone's watching either this channel or someone's watching someone watching this channel, and they're constantly thinking of doing something in a good way. But like debating it and over-analyzing it and just thinking about it and the possibilities of it. And they're not taking any action. They're just kind of daydreaming about taking action. So if you're that person, either take action or stop sending thought energy, because you've built up so much thought energy that when you actually do attempt to make any kind of contact, it'll be so anxiety ridden because you yourself filled it with that much resistance. It's like every time you want to do it and you don't do it, you're filling a balloon with hot air. And then that balloon fills with your thoughts. And then if you don't, and then when you do actually release that balloon and all your thoughts, it comes out like a fucking hurricane. There's a line, C8 of Wands again. It's been trying to peep out. There's a line in The Lord of the Rings, if you want it. You know, when Arwen is talking about the hobbits and the Nazgul. If you want him, come and claim him. And then there's like all the horses and then the water in the way and all that. If you're someone who's constantly thinking about wanting, like doing something or having something, and it's meant for you, and you're feeling this inner drive, but you're not letting that inner drive out, and it's not even something bad. It's kind of like, oh, you like bacon, but you're like, oh, it's so bad to like bacon. Well, what's worse, eating that bacon or denying yourself and like thinking really negatively and then replaying all the horrible things that can happen just so you can eat bacon? If you're gonna do it, fucking do it and enjoy it and be grateful for it. If you want something, go and get it and stop thinking about it. The King of Pentacles wanted to come out, but then that would be 3 kings, and we're not dealing with the 3 kings stories again. There should not be that many people involved in what you're doing in your day-to-day. I don't know who this message is for. There's somebody that sounds like and feels like they're sitting in an orchestra hall, but they don't have an instrument to play. There's a lot of energy that isn't yours that's around you. So maybe that's why I was mentioning that I wanted to take a bath and stuff later. Maybe you should take a spiritual bath, like you fill a bathtub, put some Epsom salt, essential oils, put a bay leaf or something in there, say a prayer over the water. You know, a prayer is truly something genuine and honest from your heart. It doesn't have to be specific words. Just talk to the water. What do you want? And then take a nice bath and then wash all that water off you and then dry off and start your new life. Why would the Knight of Wands have an Ace of Wands in reverse with it? Hesitancy, resistances, cowardice, fear, overanalyzing, overthinking, being lost in the past, being afraid of rejection. I used to know somebody who was afraid of rejection, and he was so afraid of it, he ended up doing everything he could to get himself rejected. If you're afraid of something, rest assured the universe will have you playing it out in some way that you don't even notice that you're playing it out in. And you know exactly how you're doing it when you see someone else do it. So when you're looking at someone else and you're thinking, oh, what are they doing? Why do they sound like that? Why do they look like that? Why? Those are all reflections of the quote unquote cracks in your self-image of yourself, like the way you think of yourself. So whenever you're looking at someone or you're, thinking something or negative or critical about yourself or someone else, it's a inversion of something. Not only is usually the opposite, the truth of it, the fact of it is that you're kind, beautiful, and loving and all that, because that's who you are. But like, it's also showing you how you're lying to yourself internally. It's kind of like your ego lies to you, or some voice inside you lies to you and tells you, you're fat or skinny or whatever. And then you're like, oh yeah, I am. But the whole point of it was, can you recognize when you're being lied to? Not to insult you, your spirit guides and the thoughts in your head aren't trying to hurt you. They're trying to get you to see, can you tell the difference? And people get lost in that, and then they get afraid of rejection. They get afraid of, they have self-esteem issues and stuff, but they miss the point. They were being taught discernment, and they were too busy judging. So if you want something, quit making excuses to justify your procrastination. And if you're going to procrastinate something, then at least do it with good intentions. And if this is about you messaging someone else, if you haven't done it by now and you're okay with not having done it by now, then don't do it. If you haven't done it by now and it's like burning you up on the inside like a giant hot poker stick in you that's like trying to motivate you to do it, then fucking do it. And if it's a choice between two people or two different paths that involve two different people, pick neither and pick yourself and figure out what the fuck you actually want. So in front of you will be one road that's meant for you, not multiple roads going down multiple different paths with multiple different people. Stop intertwining your instruments with other people's instruments when you're not even playing the same, song. It's like you have a guitar, but you're sitting there with the violins. Like, do you have a duet? Are you part of a musical band, or are you just lost? It's not even about getting in your lane. Any lane can be your lane. But what do you want to create with God? What do you want to create for the rest of humanity? If you want to be with somebody, well, why? Do you want to create a legacy with them? Or is it just because you think they're hot? Do you actually care about that person, or do you care about how that person makes you feel? Do you long to speak to this person because you feel complimented by this person and you complimented this person? Or is it that they complete you, or you think you completed them? Completion and complementation are two different things. You don't need someone to complete you, and if you think you do, you really shouldn't be on my channel. No offense intended whatsoever. But the stuff I talk about here, it's for people that are beyond the matrix frequency of cheaters and people that are just lying to each other. If you have that vibration in you, if you have that weird critical judgment in you, and that you're in any way partaking in those kinds of disgraces to human capacity of love, again, no offense, but that's just what it is. To cheat is a like spit in the face of love. Like, if you're still in that mind frame, then what you're hearing from me is probably sounding really, really aggressive or dominant or like condescending or patronizing, because you're not ready to listen to something, but you're hearing it because you're in a place where you're not ready to admit you're ready to be in. Whereas if you've already dealt with that shit, if you've made peace with yourself and God, and people do what they do, and all you can do is follow your heart and seek the truth within you, and then get confirmations from the outside world around you, then you probably completely comprehend what I say here for the most part. But if you're doing this Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands in reverse bullshit, let's go forward. Nope, let's not. Let's go forward. Nope, let's not. Like, that's childish bullshit. You may as well, you may as well go get yourself a Starbucks and ask for the manager. I mean, are you co-creating, or are you being co-created for? Do you know what you want, or do you need somebody to tell you what you want? Does the mother energy still influence the path you walk? Do the collective of foxes still influence the way your lion drives? Do the emotions and fishes of other people, the fishes and the wishes and the vibrations and the emotional spheres of other people, influence where you move or how you grow? Are you sovereign in yourself, or are you taking from other people? Are you being inspired by other people, or are you taking from other people? Are you copying, or are you creating through inspiration, like a muse would inspire someone, or are they copying the muse and like tracing the muse out and saying, oh look, I colored the muse differently? But no, bitch, you didn't create anything, you stole it and copied it. And that's a shame for your legacy, like whoever you are, who, if you did that or something like that, because then your story never gets told. You were busy, echoing someone else's story. That's sad. If you're cheating or thinking of cheating, this is like if you want attention, just ask for it. You don't have to cheat. If you're not ready for commitment, why are you in a commitment? Because you're afraid of being alone? Well, time to love yourself, buddy. You don't know how to love yourself? Well, then what the fuck are you doing talking to any other human being? Or even judging or criticizing someone else when you yourself are just learning how to love yourself. It's like coming out of the hospital room and seeing people walking. You're like, you should put your feet the other way. Like, did you not just get, new toes or something? Knight of Wands at the Ace of Wands in reverse, a complete paradoxical, dumbfounded, absurd energy. And then the Ace of Cups afterwards. It's like the universe constantly giving the Knight of Wands something to move forward to, and the Knight of Wands keeps going backwards. No, I don't wanna. Well, why not? Because it doesn't feel right yet. Okay, well, it would feel right if you did it, but it doesn't feel right. Well, it doesn't feel right because you're not doing it. If you did it, it would feel right. But it doesn't feel right to do it. Well, obviously, because you haven't done it for so long, you've created a resistance against doing it. So it feels weird. It's like being afraid to get on a bike, not dancing for years, and then being too, embarrassed to shake your booty. I'm going to dye my hair the second time with different shades of green. I don't give a fuck no more. Like, I'm just living my life, doing my thing, me personally here. But when I'm doing these readings and I'm picking this up, I can see why some people would think I'm patronizing. Because to me, this is such a sixth grade thing to do. Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands in reverse. I just can't get over this. Like, I want to bop somebody over the head, like throw a pillow at somebody and be like, hey, hey. Like, there's an Ace of Wands right behind you. There's an Ace of Cups right behind you. There's a whole new beginning right behind you. What are you looking over there for? There's nothing here. There's nothing. Like, even this little lion over here, it's putting its paw there and there's nothing. And the lion's stopping and the knight is like, no, we gotta go this way. And they're all like, bro, there ain't nothing there. The foxes are falling off the ledge. The like land has ceased over here. And this knight's like, no, we can't go the other way. But dude, you forgot this over here. It fell. No, we gotta go this way. But there's nothing there. There's no growth. There's no creation. There's no anything in this area. Two of Swords. There's nothing there. You got to go the other way. This path closed. Go the other way. Nine of Swords. Look at this. Someone's energy is really all up on this. Like, I can feel your anxiety. You've been lost in a storm for so long, you don't know what clear daylight and good people sound or look like. I know. I know specifically what that feels like. For my entire life, I thought I was, I didn't even know what I don't know in regards to emotions. Like, I thought I was loved in relationships. I was not. Like, romantic relationships, I mean. It was the bare bones minimum breadcrumbs from a majority of them. I thought a majority of, friends I had were good, kind people, but they were using kindness and as a weapon of manipulation. It's like that meme on Facebook where it says, not all friend requests are friend requests, some are surveillance cameras. I didn't know. And that's what you're doing to yourself. whoever you are in some aspect of your life, you're not moving forward because you're afraid of the outcome. Because the way to move forward is there's something in the past you're supposed to pick up and address that you haven't been. Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands in reverse. Where are you going without that wand? It's like somebody getting in a car to drive and then they forget the car. Like, buddy, the car, it's right there, the keys. No, we gotta go, Where are you going? You can't even start the spaceship. You don't even have the fucking, you don't even have your shoes on. Where you going? Hold your ponies, Knight of Wands. You forgot your wand. Four of Cups. Hold your ponies. You forgot your stuff. Where's the Knight of Wands looking off to? Literally nowhere. No land, no water, no air, just daydreaming in a freaking haze. Off at that ledge. Over here. Look at that. Same ledge. Thinking about something that they want, some cup. And the cup was right there. But in order to get that cup, action has to be taken. Spirit is really, really digging this point home. I feel frustrated listening to this. Why would somebody be so self-sabotaging to not do something they know is the right thing to do? How petty. Sorry, I guess that's my judgment. I guess I need to learn something about why people would do that still. I mean, the amount of excuses someone could make up for not doing what's right is absurd. Because we have to remember it can go from the entire spectrum of light and dark. And then the excuses people make up for like the greater good. The Knight of Wands with the Ace of Wands in reverse. That's fucking absurd. Why? Because the Four of Cups. Why the Four of Cups? Because the Ace of Cups is over there and the Knight of Wands can't see it because they don't have confidence enough to look at where they're not looking. Because Seven of Wands. They're busy being distracted by a fucking honey badger. Sorry, I just snorted. This Knight of Wands, it's like he doesn't even have his wand because he forgot it. And he's busy trying to look over there in some like lovelorn thing. All the while, the foxes are like, yo, bro, we gotta go. Things are trying to eat us over here. And the Knight's like, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna have another glass of wine. Just gonna bang another bitch. Just gonna do this. Just gonna do that. Blah, blah, blah. All right, but what's the right thing to do? We gotta go. The right thing. Hey, what's that over there? Is that a squirrel? Hey, Knight, we gotta go. Go get your purse and then let's go. Yeah, but like, do you see how bright that is? Oh my god! Wow, cool. Dead. Oh, we lost some foxes. Can we go now? Nope. Still missing the point. Still forgot the wand back there. The wands are all drowning in the waters. They're just gone. This Knight is like, what's over there? What a derpy Knight of Wands. What dumbass kingdom does this Knight of Wands work for? What kind of weed is that Knight of Wands smoking? I want some. To be that oblivious to what makes you happy. Like, I love playing with cards. I was supposed to go get more coffee and then just sit and meditate in the sunlight. And while I was doing that, meditating in the sunlight, I saw myself playing with cards. And I'm like, I love playing with cards. And I turned the camera on and we started making this video. God, guys, can you just kind of give me a warning? Yeah, whatever. Okay, can we consolidate this as like, can Thank you. You guys, can you do this, please? Can someone send a fucking messenger to this derpy fucking Knight of Wands who doesn't know how to fuck to do anything because they're lacking the balls to do anything? No offense if you don't have testicles. You're probably better off. You know, he's all like, doo, 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 doo. You know, going over there. What the fuck is this camera? Hey, you forgot your wand. And then the queen's like, hear ye, can someone go get this fool? And then this guy's like, doo, doo, doo. Hey, buddy, you forgot something. And this guy's like, whoa, you see that over there? Oh my God. I can't do this reading seriously. I apologize if you logged into this to see a genuinely like deep reading. This is fucking absurd. I don't know how to Queen of Swords this for you. I feel like this person's parent and I want to grab them by the ear and be like, go do your homework. One of you, maybe a collective of you or a few of you, you've like missed the point completely with something. Completely. Like your entire purpose in life, you missed it. Some of you are doing great in your purpose, but there's no passion in it anymore. It's like you've kind of been trying to do things differently for so long, you kind of forgot why you started doing something in the first place. Others of you, you guys are creating something from pain, and it's beautiful. It's helping a lot of people. But really, you're not supposed to wallow in that pain. You're supposed to feel it and create it and let it go as that creation. Like what are those? The wish lanterns that they light up in Tibet or Thailand? It's time to be really Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords with yourselves, guys. Everybody, myself included. There are things we're doing, all of us, that are not accurate. I know for myself, I'll use myself as an example here. I'm really in my Gemini side lately, like Virgoan and Gemini side. Like I'm really redoing everything in my life on a very micro level. I'm redoing everything again. This time more Queen of Swordsy, more factual, more truthful, more authentic, more of me, less of what I thought I was. More doing things because I like doing them, not because I should do them or because there's a goal or an agenda. Like none of that shit. No, that was when I was working at like Ulta. That was when I was working at like Bath and Body Works and all that stuff. Everything had to be done for a reason. Ingredients had to be learned. People had to be treated and talked to a certain way. Everything had to be done in a subservient kind of way. No, no more. Now I'm doing what I like doing. I'm going to speak the way I like to speak, and I'm going to do what I like to do. But what I'm learning is the Gemini aspect needs to come into a higher vibration. It can't be, one crazy bonkers twin and one really well-behaved twin. Both twins are one being, right? So we need to do this collectively as well as individually, bringing the shadow side up to a queenly or kingly status and then lifting up the light side to a goddess status, bringing the shadow and the light higher up. If you're not doing what you like doing, why are you doing it? If you're with someone you don't want to be with and you're like shooing them away, why are you with them? If your partner walks into a room and you don't want to immediately go and kiss them after 50 years, why are you with them? Why? If people in like, if there's positions in the world called public service, why is the service in public? Why is the service being done by the public to the, you know what I mean? It's backwards. Like the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Why is this Knight of Wands even a Knight of Wands? He shouldn't even be a Page of Wands. He doesn't have the wand. Because he needs to upgrade. Kind of like how when I'm speaking, sometimes my voice gets really tight and really squeaky, and other times it's like really flowy and everything's just really soft spoken. And then other times it's like really harsh and angry or sounding, right? Well, if I actually bring all those three together, what the fuck do you think I could sound like? What imposing, intimidating, like Queen of Swords vibe would I be giving off 24/7 if I wasn't fragmented? You know, like that's the whole person, right? So if the Knight of Wands doesn't have his wands, but he's wanting something with the Ace of Cups, what would you tell that if this person was your friend, this Knight of Wands that doesn't have a wand, a squire without a sword, a scribe without a pencil, a mayor without a town, a driver without a car, a house without a key, a bird without feathers? Like, certain things have to go together. If you're the Knight of Wands, you have to have the wands with you. If you're the Queen of Swords, you need to have discernment. If you're the Knight of Swords, you need to be able to move quickly through a crowd. There's certain things that must be associated, that are associated with certain things. The scent of a rose is associated with a rose, not a tulip. If your best friend is behaving like they're not your best friend, if your partner is not igniting passion in you, if your job isn't making you happy to be doing it, if your thoughts are making you feel like you're hurting yourself and bullying yourself, if your day to day, minute to minute, hour by hour fucking behavior doesn't reflect the most happiest version of your life, what the fuck are you doing? Queen of Swords, bro, what are you doing with your life? Are you transforming? Are you sending messages of transformation? Are you being the high priestess? Or are you just doing something else completely? It's really, really, really time for everyone. Everyone. Either be who you are and be it, or put the wand down and go do something else. Maybe this Knight of Wands wants to be a fucking Knight of Cups. Maybe this Knight of Wands is looking at this, mermaid over here in the fucking ocean somewhere. Or this mermaid is the Knight of Wands, and this Knight of Wands has been living on the fucking surface for that long. And now the Knight of Wands doesn't want to be the Knight of Wands anymore. They want to go and be a little mermaid. Totally okay. Why would you Seven of Wands yourself with that? Maybe you're someone who's transitioning genders. Why would you be upset over yourself or feel like you need to hide anything or be in pain over anything? Fucking transition and be who you are. If you regret it later, transition back. Who cares? You're not obligated to have surgery. A fucking dangly penis does not make you a man, and a freaking, cave in between your legs doesn't make you a woman. It's you, isn't it? It's who you are that makes you who you are. Your body is a reflection of you. It's not you reflected because of your body. Like your body didn't make your soul. Did it? Like, is that what you think? Because life must suck if you think your body made your soul. I'm so sorry if that's what you think life is about. You got to remember another thing that I'm being asked to remember as well. We don't all know the same things. So when I'm telling you something in these readings, or I'm seeing something from a very oversimplified point of view, like, why don't you just fucking know what you're doing already? It seems like I'm being weird, right? Like in a negative way. But I'm not. It's just in my life experience, I had to learn a lot of this stuff when I was really, really young. So to me, it's like kindergarten stuff. But some of you are going through that based on your life journeys because we all learn things differently at different times. And someday you're going to feel the way I feel about certain topics. Look at that face. Look at that face right there. Look at that. You see that? I don't want to like keep telling you about this. You know who you are. You know what you're going through. You know where you are in your life. You know where you want to be. You know why you're not there. And you fucking know what you're doing day to day to make certain to not be there. Right? I mean, there's nobody else around right now. It's just me talking to you, right? And you're another me and I'm another you, except we're living in different fucking realities, supposedly. So I'm telling you, like I would tell myself if I was the Queen of Swords, if it doesn't make you happy, why are you doing it? And then that Sheryl Crow song just popped into my head. If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? And if you want something, why are you the only one denying yourself based on wavelengths in your head being translated by your ego body, which is putting it into words for you? And you think those are your thoughts. How silly. How silly. It's like a cat looking at its fur and thinking that's its skin. Look deeper. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Is somebody playing Mario Brothers or Smash Brothers? I just heard the Mario Brothers theme song. Super Mario Brothers from like Super Nintendo. No, I saw that. No, I don't want to flip it. No, no, no. You guys, why does she come out nearly every time I'm like playing with this deck? She got in that hand. Is that a Kinder egg? Hmm. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. The apostle to the apostles. Holding a red egg. The root chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and then the heart. The wands and the cups. This might not be for everybody, but somebody would really benefit from going to a place of worship, like a church or a mosque or something of that sort that has stained glass windows and old architecture, like an old cathedral. If you go and sit there quietly and just observe, witness the surroundings, you'll see. There's no way I can explain this to you. There's no way I can tell you how this like feeling feels. I'm simply seeing it. It's someone sitting in a cathedral and they're going, oh, now I get it. But they're sitting in the cathedral and then they're having this boop egg enlightenment moment. You know, like a light bulb popping up over your head, and they're like, oh, eureka. That's who I love. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. Oh, that's the thing I should be writing about. Oh, that's the thing I should be creating. Oh, that's how I should be treating this person. Oh, that's all I needed to do. It's a very, oh, no wonder kind of feeling. Because it's so simple. Like, it's like Schrodinger's cat. What's in the egg? Who cares? It's an egg. Look at it. Isn't it pretty? Is that an egg? Or is it a carnelian stone? Is it ruby? Is it a garnet? Is it a turkey egg? Is it a phoenix egg? What if it's a pigeon egg somebody dyed purple or red? What if it's a, Easter egg? Could be anything, couldn't it? What if it's a new species of something? Or a pterodactyl egg? We can spend like hours trying to figure out what kind of egg it is. Or we can observe it, witness it, care for it, create an environment for when it hatches, give it the best life ever, whatever it is, so that it can give the best life ever to the next, and the next, and the next. The Star of David might be really, really significant to some of you. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm seeing a very beautiful Star of David right here. I think it's a 6-pointed star. I only know it by the name of the Star of David. I'm not certain what sacred geometry name it is. I know the Star of Venus has 8 points, I think. The Flower of Life might have 7 or something like that. The star. There's an animation on YouTube you might find interesting if you want to go jump down that rabbit hole. I can't link it to you because I think you're supposed to do it yourself. Look at that. H-E-R, her. Right next to Mary Magdalene. Anyway, you are the bridge between heaven and earth. There is no one that needs to bridge that supposed divide for you. And you are the high priestess yourself. You have that vibration within you. You simply need to tune into it. And in doing so, you're going to recognize a lot more stuff about yourself than you thought you knew already. I love you guys. I'm going to go get myself some more coffee. Tell me how much crap you talk about me for smoking weed and drinking coffee, and how much that you're projecting onto me based on what you yourself know that you yourself are doing, that you yourself know is considered within the realm of addictions. Maybe, just maybe, it's time for you and everyone involved to cut the BS with yourself before you attempt to create any more distractions outside of you to avoid what you already know you need to be doing within your own life for yourself. Okay? Not really sure who that's for, but if the shoe fits, then see if you like it and wear it. And if you don't like that shoe, then maybe make certain that you're in the part of the shoe store that makes shoes for you. and that you know what you want and who you are, and you're walking your walk. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it triggers you, then there's something you need to look at. And if it's just being completely flying over your head, then there's something you're avoiding realizing. And if you're procrastinating your relationships with other people or your communications with other people, then it's something you yourself are not ready to let go of, and it has nothing to do with anyone else. And if you think anyone's doing magic on you or love spells or whatever else, then it's just you trying to make up reasons why you don't want someone because you're afraid of commitment. If you are not doing what you enjoy doing and making money off of it, then what you're doing is playing a pretend life, which means everyone in your life is pretending with you. And the way you notice that you're pretending with yourself is the same way you notice how they're pretending with you. When you yell at your children, or you want to yell at your children, it's really a response, a reaction to how you were yelled at as a child. So break the pattern. If you're avoiding doing anything in your life by watching constant YouTube or anything online or on the phone or on the internet, or just stick in your head and people's titties and whatever, trying to avoid doing something beneficial for you, then be aware that people in your life are probably using you because you're not valuing your own time. So the universe shows you that people will use you the way you're using your own time for nothing. If you're unsure about your own gender or sexual identity or any of that stuff, then you're going to be constantly judging anyone that does anything in any sort of aspect in their private life with their genitals, because you're too busy avoiding your own genitals. If you're constantly spending money on things that others would consider addictions, then be aware that you're doing it for attention from other people, because you don't want to be alone. The root of all addiction is loneliness, lack of connection. So we connect the time we would spend with someone else with a substance. It is the root of all addiction. No one can say it isn't. No one. This has been proven fact. If you're addicted to something, it's because your brain neurons, your fucking neural network, is attempting to connect to something because it is lonely. It's not because you hate yourself. It's not because someone hurt you and you're traumatized, but it could be the root of it is loneliness. That's the root of any and all addiction. Just like the root of any and all cheating is complete lack of empathy towards a situation or a person, whether you're cheating in a career or you're cheating with a relationship. It's a betrayal, which means there is no self-worth or self-value, which is why they go from, sexual gratification to sexual gratification, because they lack self-worth. And all they want to do is feel better in their own skin. I learned that the hard way when I got cheated on, one by one, over and over and over. Until I realized those people just wanted to feel good. It had nothing to do with me being cheated on. They wanted to feel good in a way that I could not make them feel good. Because every time they weren't feeling that good feeling, they were back with themselves in their own mind. And that was the worst place they could be. So they avoided it by cheating. And you know what the core problem with all this is? Communication and lack thereof. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords. Communication or lack thereof. When you don't express yourself, when you do not express yourself, when you do not express what you feel and what you think, honestly, bluntly, to the point, so it cannot be mistaken. When you do not do that, you create shadows within you. When you create those shadows gain in the collective of shadows until eventually you have a dark night. When all that darkness is, it's not the night, it's your shadows. All the things you said you were going to do that you didn't do. That's all. Which is why if you go back through the videos on this channel, you'll see I've been urging you and triggering you for a very long time, bringing up all your shadow points, dragging myself through fucking frequency bandwidths that I should have never been in to gain wisdom, to come to you to say you don't need to go that way. There's another way. Come this way, and then go the other way. Here's a detour. You don't have to get on my path. You can stay on your path, but there is another way. You don't need to be traumatized by a narcissist. You can simply love yourself and attract an empath. You don't need to be in the wrong job. Simply ask yourself what you really want, and is this really what you want to be doing for 6 more months? And then go do the thing you want to be doing. And if you can't, then take step 1. You want to grow a garden? How about you learn to raise a flower? You want to be a forest ranger? Why don't you go and learn how to, like, which herbs are healthy and which ones aren't? Or like which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't. You want to be a musician? Well, how about you learn to read music notes? Go pick up a violin. You want to be a card reader? Instead of like going and studying how the cards should be read, why don't you just go and get a deck of cards and look at the pictures? Just do it your way. And when the universe wants you to detour slightly, you'll come across channels like this. And we distract you for an hour or more so that your vibration can realign to its own vibration and you can figure out what the fuck you actually want to do with your life. Instead of going on with the matrix frequency of 9 to 5 and all these fucking fake people and the fakeness of it all. The universe brought you this channel and said, hey, why don't you just take a little minute and, see this whole other fucking vibration that you've been oblivious to. Because you thought that it was something else. When in reality, it's like real peaceful and neutral here all the time. All the fucking time. And when I share this vibe with you, there's no stage being set. There's no fucking whatever. This is my house, dude. I live here. Like, this is my fucking living room. And my dining room. There's my kitchen right there. There's a fucking pack of cigarettes that I've kept there to remind myself to not smoke again. Because every time I'm going to go buy a pack of cigarettes, I'm looking at it going, that thing cost me $10 fucking. And I've been doing that for over a week. I've been using my anger constructively. You want me to give you $10? I can go buy another deck of cards. Or I can go put those $10 in a fucking bank account to save it for my niece. I don't need it. What do I need money for? I got food, clothes, a roof over my head. My bills are paid. I got cards to play with and I have internet. And I've paid it all myself. Like, what do I need money for? I don't even need a car. It's just like, what do you guys want in your lives? You've made up so many problems for yourselves. What do you actually want? Do you actually want to be doing what you're doing? If not, why the fuck are you still doing it? I love playing with cards. I don't care if I'm making money off of it or not. I don't care if I have 1 million subscribers or not. I don't care if you like me or not. What I care about is don't steal, because then it hurts you, not me. My energy comes back to me whether you steal it 1,000 times or not. All I have to do is say, I'm calling my energy back to me right now. It is done. And goes out from everywhere it's been and comes right back to me. You can do the same thing. Why would you do anything with other people's energy? It's like going to another kid's sandbox and stealing their sand. You got your own. There's no difference. It's all source energy. What's so bad about your story and your life that you need to copy or emulate someone else's? These are all things that we need to be asking each other. All simple, basic things. That's why some of the affirmations and subliminals I've made, they're so simple. Like, why aren't you guys listening to them? Why aren't they at like millions of views? Because they're really helpful. You know, these videos that I post on these channels, they're not attacks towards you. If you'd actually listen to the videos, you'd see every single fucking channel message has been there to help you from ancestors that you can't fucking recognize because society has shown you that people are like the Brady Bunch. Like, have you guys seen what an old great grandmother from the Middle East would treat you like if you guys talked the way you talked to her face to face? Someone from 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 30 years ago, fuck, even 20 years ago. Like, you guys are barely friggin' 20, some of you, and you think you know shit. I'm 40, 41. Do you really think in those extra 20 years or whatever, I haven't learned something that you have, like you simply don't even know exists? Can you really be so arrogant to think that you know as much as I do or that I know as much as someone else does? We're all learning differently, right? So what can you do what you're here to do? And if you don't know what that is, take a moment, be by yourself, and just let it come to you. It's not that difficult. I don't comprehend why people pay money to figure this out. Just sit your ass and watch a fucking tree. It's that simple. I don't get it. Like, I really don't. You guys make like quantum equations over shit. It's not that complicated, guys, at all. And don't you people get the concept of this entire reality? If you look for it, it's there. So you guys are looking for like atoms and molecules and quantum quark ducks or whatever. And you're missing the point. Like, you're creating what you're looking for. Of course it's going to be there. It's infinite. Quit trying to figure it out and just fucking enjoy it. Christ almighty. And then you guys want to get like your panties in a bunch because you come to this channel and then I like shake you and be like, hey, you're wasting your fucking life. Can you just enjoy life? And you guys are like, oh my God, Celeste is so mean to us. She's so fucking mean. Does she do dark magic? Oh my God. Like, you guys, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Like, how embarrassed is the majority of humanity going to be when you guys finally see the simple fucking truth I've been pointing at for 4 years over here? And you guys are going to go, oh. And I'm going to go, yeah, you want to smoke a bowl now? Or you want to keep talking shit about me? Like, you guys are just making a fool of yourselves. Those of you who are thinking that I'm attacking you, like, you're going to feel so silly later. You really are. And then you're going to be like, sorry, Celeste. And I'm going to be like, I don't care. Bye, girl. Bye. And then you're going to think I'm mean to you, which probably by then will be true. Because you missed the entire point of me coming to you and speaking to you for fucking years from my living room in my PJs. And you were like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Is that even a her? Okay, that's cool. Are you even you? Is the money you're making yours? Did you make it off your merits? Or did you like stuff your tits in your ass and put some fake teeth on and wander around the fucking world trying to make money off your appearance? It's okay if you did, but don't act like you're authentic if you're doing that. I mean, what part of you is authentic physically? Go ahead, I'll wait. Is it really authentically you, or is it just what you're putting up with? Because that's what you're putting up with. That's your body. Can't change it, right? So is it really authentically you, or is it what you've settled for? Like, don't play with me. I don't even have to read you like a book. I was there when your book was written. I don't need to read it. We were sitting next to each other when we wrote it. I know you. You can pretend all you want. But I love you. And if you can't see that, then that's not my fault, is it? It's something in you that prevents you from letting you see when people care about you. It's like somebody coming towards you with the truth, and you're like, oh, that's a hurtful truth. Well, would you rather I lie to you sweetly? Because we're going to have to spend eternity together. Do you really want me to spend eternity with you after lying to you? Or do you want me to spend eternity with you while I told you the truth from the beginning? Which version of me would you respect more? The version of me that faked you, or the version of me that was honest with you even though it hurt you? Ask yourself which one you think I am.